Who takes their date to Subway? Besides, it's not like you have a foot long.
This is the Horrible Film School. Take a seat and slowly rip open your Trapper Keepers. I am Chris, and I am here with Mr. Ryan Hootie.
What's up, fellas? Hopefully my recording sounds good tonight. I am currently in a tsunami, which might be picked up on the mic.
It is raining like a mofo here on the East Coast. Also joining us, the real baby-faced assassin, Mr. Nasty, a.k.a. Joey.
What up, guys and gals? Welcome to your death day. How's everybody doing tonight?
Looking forward to some birthday cake after we get through with this show.
Ooh.
That's the thing. What?
'Cause girl, you know
So I left home this morning. There was nothing in the middle of my kitchen floor. I come home today. There's a pile of fucking nuts in the middle of my kitchen floor.
Rat
There's
shit.
a squirrel in here somewhere.
Squirrel.
You got a squirrel?
No, it's a squirrel. It was literally like a husk of a fucking shell.
Well, believe it or not, about 2 hours ago, I was on the toilet, and I heard birds chirping. There's birds up in our ceiling right now. I guess they're trying to hide from the storm. So if you listen closely, you may hear them in my background.
Well, how I feel
Here's what
about
you do. You go, you get a can of Raid, take the top off of it, get a little bit of tape. Tape it right over the top of it where a little comes out, throw it up there like a fucking flash grenade.
I am not going to kill poor
I
innocent
did.
little birds.
Just do all that.
So, referencing this movie here, which we haven't revealed quite yet, what is your birthday wish going to be this year? All three of us still have birthdays to look forward to.
Man, I ain't really had a birthday wish in a while. It's kind of
You
depressing.
got peace in the Middle East. You got all kinds of stuff on the table right now.
What?
Peace.
Why the fuck would I wish for that?
How about Joey is cold? He is a cold man.
You could
Give
cure
a shit
world
about
hunger.
that.
My birthday wish is going to be for the Horrible Film School to be in the top 200 podcast charts on Spotify. Right there.
You know what? I'm going to piggyback on that. We're going to put our birthday powers together. Joy, you coming in 3?
No.
Well,
You know what? That would be a fantastic birthday. Look, here's the thing. It can be a wish all we want, but we just got to put the effort in, and it'll get right up there.
Put the
Probably
work
make it
in.
to the top 100. Yeah, I'll piggyback off that. That's actually a good. Put your hope in. Put your faith in.
I feel like
Good,
we're
good pick,
the
Hootie.
kids from Captain Planet, just putting our rings into the middle here and making it happen.
team on 3, team on me.
What are they? Earth, air,
I'm
fire,
fire.
water.
I choose fire.
And you had that one kid, heart.
Damn.
I bet
That
it could
poor
be
kid.
hard.
He got shit on. Wasn't he in like a wheelchair or something?
All right, today's assignment is 2017's Happy Death Day. Today's lesson, find your killer or die trying.
I get that. Was pretty nice. Pretty nice. I get the honor of hosting
yeah, it's pretty
today's show because this was on the Rando Wheel. Before we get started, had either one of you seen the film before?
Nope. This was
Never.
a first timer for me. I was a Happy Death Day virgin, as it were. Now that hymen's been fucking popped.
Yeah, I
Well,
got cherry juice
that was
running down my thighs as well.
Very graphic. Okay. Too far from me.
Next level, next level.
I did see this before we reviewed, so let's hop into it. See what the
Seems
fans
like an
thought.
odd movie for a grown man to go see to the theaters by himself.
I did not see it in
Fair comment.
theaters
With
by
no
myself,
pants on.
nor
Okay,
with somebody else.
Sure, bud.
I
Whatever.
think I watched
You
this.
gotta tell yourself.
I think I watched this in the gym, which might be even weirder.
That's a
Actually.
little weirder, actually.
Yeah, you about to max out on this one, bud? Hell no, man. They about to finish up his fucking movie right here. I gotta finish this.
Pause that set.
Man, that's a personal best right there. What was you at in the movie? Where was you at in the movie when that happened?
Anyway, here we go. All right, let's see what the fans thought, as we always do up top.
This dude's been in the stall for 45 minutes. What the fuck you doing?
First review is from Randy from Scream 13. This is from October 2017, the month that it came out, titled Just Like Scream and Groundhog's Day Meet. And Randy says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Don't get me wrong, this is a good concept film, but I don't think it works a lot in this movie. The few plot holes this movie and the motivation doesn't make sense. I prefer It, 2017, over this film. I don't hate the film. I just don't like it. if you're a fan of Scream or Groundhog's Day, maybe, then it's not the film for you. 4 out of 10 stars.
What the did this guy wake up 3 times during his interview and his day had restarted? Because that was the most discombobulated fucking shit I've heard.
He was literally experiencing Groundhog Day when he wrote the review.
I tried to make it through it the best way I could, but yes, that's...
So if you like the movies that it's referencing, then you won't like this.
I think he's just comparing it in general to movies at the time period. Or it, in this case, movies at the time period. All right, you go to the theaters and you have on one marquee, it 2017, the other marquee is Happy Death Day.
That'd be a great double feature, man. What are you bitching about?
Fuck that, hell no.
There's no way.
It's already 3 hours long. I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah, there's no way these came out in the same month. That would be done by the studio.
No, I think it was a summer release.
I think they may have. It was October, right?
I think it was earlier in the year. That was a big movie, man.
Huge.
Huge
movie. Pennywise, he's the best. I know him. He's a personal friend.
He
loves the children. I love the children too.
Next up, this review comes from Jacob John Taylor 118, also from October 2017, titled Very Scary. If you are looking for a really scary movie, see this. This is not a 6.6 as IMDb says. That is underrating it. This is a 10. It is very scary. It has great storyline. It also has great acting. It also has great special effects. If you like scary movies, you will like this movie. See this movie. It is scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street, and that is not easy to do. This is scarier than The Silence of the Lambs could ever be. This is scarier than Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
What is going on?
And that is not easy to do. This is scarier than Halloween, Resurrection could ever be. This is a great horror movie. See it. Great movie, great movie, great movie. 10 out of 10 stars.
Okay, ChatGPT wrote that fucking review. That's the most
Why did he have to pull Friday
random shit?
Friday the 13th Part 5 out?
That was awesome. I don't know what happened.
I've never lived inside of another person's skull and more than I did in that moment. What the fuck was that guy on?
I was skimming the reviews and I came across this, and it started off. I was like, oh, okay, this is some kind of studio plant. Probably got paid to write this review.
Yeah.
But then he pulled out Halloween Resurrection, and it's okay. That's not the plant.
This guy went full Simple Jack on this.
The way some of this movie is written, it might be fucking Scott LaBelle, the actual writer of the movie, who wrote that review.
I love it. I love enthusiasm, man. I love people who love. But scary, this is not. I think the movie itself knows that.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. If you like this movie, hey, all the more power to you. However, scary should not be used as a positive.
All right, let's hop in the writer and director side of this film. The director is Christopher Landon, who you may know from Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse and Freaky.
You also may know it because he is Michael Landon's son up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Fucking mic drop.
Got Bonanza. You got Little House on the
Little
Prairie.
House on the fucking prairie, dog.
Sorry, did y'all just leave me grandma's house? What the hell's happened right
Granny loves that motherfucker.
No, you don't like Little House on the Prairie?
now? I have never watched an episode in my life.
That little blonde girl sitting there looking for love.
Yeah,
I don't know who you're talking about.
Nothing like it.
2000's Freaky is I don't know what it is with this guy, but it's a spin on Freaky
Is
Friday.
it 2020? You say
I don't
2000?
know if you guys is it 2020? 2020, excuse me. But yeah, it's a spin on another established movie trope. As this movie is a Groundhog Day, that movie is a Freaky Friday.
Sounds like he's just piggybacking on other people's creations.
The thing is, what's considered his best movies I think are those two movies.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah,
like you're saying, he's a son of an actor, so he grew up with movies in Hollywood. He's seen behind the curtain. He knows how to get something made, obviously. I don't think he's a bad writer.
Yeah.
He wrote Disturbia, which is,
a
riff on Rear
few more
Window.
credits. Wrote the screenplay for Shia LaBeouf's Disturbia.
Love that fucking flick.
As well as an ass ton of the Paranormal Activity movies. Sadly, Paranorman was not among them.
Was that the prequel to Paranormal Activity? We missed out on that connection there?
Nah, man, that's that stop motion shit by the guys who made Coraline.
Oh, like the Tim Burton, what we associate with him, even though it's not really him that directed all that stuff.
Yeah. I think they did Kubo and the Two Strings. That was really good.
I did like Kubo.
Next up, the writer is Scott Lobdell, I think it's how you say that.
Lobdell.
Lobdell. Who also wrote the Tommy Lee Jones vehicle, Man of the House, Happy Death Day 2,
Christ.
Critters Attack, which is a TV movie starring Dee Wallace.
Fuck yeah.
And introduces the good critter. Like the one who's actually on the side of the humans. That's a terrible movie.
Shout out, Lobdell.
Did you just say it's a buddy cop film with Dee Wallace and a critter?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
He's like the Mogwai of the critters.
That's how the critters talk too. So
What does he say to communicate his intent?
He's more well known, man, as the writer of the Uncanny X-Men in the 90s.
Yeah, he's a comic book writer, right?
Like that's his big claim to fame.
Oh, that's a
Like
great.
he's
That's a great
award-winning comic book writer. I'm not a nerd, so I don't read that kind of shit. But hey,
he basically created Gambit. Then probably my favorite Marvel hero.
I heard there's like a lot of hot takes on Gambit. He's not being brought along, if you've noticed, with all the X-Men stuff.
Yeah, I can't. Well, they had planned for Shannon Tatum to play him. I think it's the fact that it's hard to find somebody who has that thick of a Cajun accent.
hard to come up, yeah. The Cajun accent here with the crawfish and the corn on the cob, yeah.
And you don't sound like that.
Oh yeah.
Cast me as Gambit. I'm ready, guys. Give me a stick. I'll show you what the fuck I can do.
This is a Blumhouse production, of course. That seems between them and A24. That's all you get these days.
A24 is definitely like the more.
The
I
prestigious
think we've talked about this before.
version.
They're the more like art house style shit.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that Joy just hates Blumhouse because of Halloween stuff. But we just moving on.
Oh, don't you know? Yeah, we have. All right, now deja vu. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
Every fucking episode, pretty much.
Moving on.
Halloween is. They nailed that.
Do you fellas have any behind the scenes tidbits?
I got some pretty cool stuff here. We were talking about that writer, Mr. Scott Lobdell. Apparently, this was first announced in June 2007, which was a really long time ago. It was originally entitled Half to Death. So this is an idea he had. Said he wanted to play with the tropes of the genre because, according to him, every slasher film opens up with a mean girl getting killed and the good girl living to the end. Any thoughts? What if I could make these characters the same person?
And he actually, in my opinion, does a really good job with that in the movie. I'm not in love with the script, but I did think he did a good job of, taking that idea and putting it into a movie and executing it well.
A gray character.
Hey, to expand on what you said, though, they were going to have, what the fuck's that hot chick?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Yeah, I think Megan Fox was supposed to play the role of Tree. She probably wasn't called Tree in the original script. Ain't no fucking way. And I think Michael Bay was set to direct, or something of that nature.
It seems like a very 2007 pitch there.
I would not want to see Michael Bay do this film with his bullshit filters and everything else he uses.
Dutch camera angles. American flags. And Landon actually was hired to rewrite the original screenplay, which he did. He sent it to Jason Blum, of course, because he had worked on him with the Paranormal Activity sequels, and that's what got it approved. When Jason Blum wants to make a movie, it gets made these days.
Once again, to expand on what you're talking about, not really to go too much into it, to the detriment of the overall tone of the movie, because I think they took it from like a rated R movie down to a PG-13 with the rewrites.
Oh, you wanted the violence, the gore?
I get it, because you want to appeal to a teenage audience.
I'm sure that we'll get into it, but I'm sure the courtyard scene where she walks out with her clothes on was probably more graphic than
That's probably what I just wanted to see, to be honest with you.
Just wanted that X version of that. And he did, when he rewrote the script, he changed the protagonist's name from Teresa to Tree to convey her arc, because trees need to grow. And you see this character go from one person to another.
Are you serious?
That's what I read, man.
I had some stuff around The Mask because I feel like these days with new horror films, we don't get many new costumes. The Bayfield University Baby Killer costume was actually designed by Tony Gardner, who also designed the Ghostface mask for Scream, which he had reworked that mask from a version of Father's Death Halloween costume. I only bring this up because as we go back to our Scream episode, this dude was based out of North Carolina, so I always like to call back our home state.
Nice.
Furthermore, the mask's original concept by Tony was for the killer to wear a pig mask, but this motif already had been done in the Saw films.
Jigsaw fucking claimed it. Yeah, I read something similar.
No one knew who I was, so I put on the mask.
Read something similar that Landon, I think, was expecting a baby at the time, so he had like babies on the brain. So they had the pig mask, they had the baby mask, and he said he wore it to the office, and people were like actually scared of the baby mask. So that's the one that they kind of went with.
What's your guys' thoughts on the mask?
I like it. I mean,
Too goofy?
I don't think so. Coming off the Cabbage Patch Kids comments we had in the last episode, I think it was right in line, man.
But, all right, the whole point of the mask is it's the fucking mascot of the college.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. The Bayside Babies. That's a great fucking mascot.
It's fucking dumb.
Because it's so unbelievable, man. I think that's what I really appreciated about the fact that this movie was so fucking goofy, because, like, the concept of Groundhog Day is fucking goofy.
That mask, let's talk a little bit more about that mask.
Let's do it.
There was actually a lawsuit from the creator of the King Baby Cake.
King Cake Baby.
King Baby Cake. The fucking mascot for the New Orleans Pelicans. You guys ever seen this
What?
dude?
I heard about
He's
this.
a giant baby, right?
But I've never seen the mascot.
All right, yeah, I've seen the mascot. It's a giant baby who looks very fucking similar to this mask. And there was a lawsuit from the dude who designed it against the actual, I guess, Blumhouse?
Yeah,
Is who
Universal
you been suing
Pictures
this?
and Blumhouse were sued for copyright
I
infringement.
never read if it got settled or anything, but
Yes.
I think it was still in court.
Yeah, he wanted half of the profits from the movie for this.
If you guys think about it at home, hit the pause button right now. Look up King Cake Baby. Is that what it is?
King Cake Baby.
Yeah, look up King Cake Baby and just have this image in your head going into the movie.
Why is the mascot of an NBA professional basketball team a giant baby?
They're just trying to get attention.
Oh,
man.
I read this shit too. It was like a tradition back in the 50s of New Orleans. This bakery, they would like bake a baby into like a cake, and whoever found the baby would be the one who has luck and prosperity and all this other bullshit. We saw something similar in the Boardwalk Empire, Chris. I don't know if you remember.
This is a toy baby, right?
Yeah,
They baked the cake that has the ring, the napkin, and some other shit in there.
Yeah.
And it had some sort of significance to it.
You talking about a king cake?
Yeah.
I've had
But they
king
would put
cake.
like a little baby.
King
Not
Cake
an actual baby.
It's a
but
little
like
toy.
It's
It's a little
figurine.
toy, and if you find the baby, it's like good luck. Yeah, I've had king cake.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
King
what
cake's
it is.
delicious.
Yeah, the movie set in New Orleans too. It was filmed in Loyola University of New Orleans. So, ironically,
Down in New Orleans, yeah, down there.
ironically, they have the Pelicans in the same fucking city where they're using their mascot, and it was
How
settlement
can you-
was reached in 2021.
How can you literally have the worst, like, team mascot, a fucking pelican bird, and then the worst actual mascot of a giant baby?
Well, going back to that, doesn't a pelican similar to a stork that delivers babies, right? Maybe that's the connection.
Oh, well, you know what? That's
The baby
that's
and
that
the
big brain of
nappy.
yours making the connections.
You know, guys, Alcatraz means pelican.
I heard about this on a podcast.
Oh, yeah, did you guys hear about honey's flammable, too?
Honey is fucking
forget about that
flammable,
one.
yeah.
These are all valuable tidbits.
I got one more important note here before we step out and get into this.
Is it about the budget and all that shit?
Oh, I can mention that real quick, but one more thing.
We got to mention that because there's a reason this movie got a sequel.
Oh, yeah. But the film's trailer features 50 Cent's In the Club as Tree's ringtone. But Mr. Landon said the film could not afford to use the track because they had a budget of $4.8 million and their box office $125.5 million. That's a big deal, man.
This only had $4.8 million budget.
Yeah. That's
Wow,
I think that makes it
That's
almost
surprising to
independent.
you?
I think so.
What nobody in this movie that anybody ever heard of in their entire life.
It looked great, though.
It looked really good. Yeah.
I don't think any of the sets were built other than the dorm.
I don't think so either, but it just looked really good.
Oh yeah. To your credit, in my opinion, this is one of the best looking horror films that we've watched in a while.
Especially in the low budget, not independent, obviously, but pretty damn close, you know.
I mean, it's easy to say piggybacking off a Saw.
Oh yes, we just saw fucking Saw. Was that 1 million?
Well, the set pieces on Saw were great.
Yeah, but it was poorly lit. It was dark as fuck half the time.
Yeah, there was turd shit smeared on everything.
That's part of what Saw's tone is, all right? Look, all right, there's fucking 35 Saw movies. There's 2 of these stupid fucking movies, all right?
It's still young, man. It's like 15 years younger than Saw. Give it time.
Saw had a movie every year for like 8 years, Chris. I watched Saw 2 the other day. That movie fucking sucks, bro.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they all pretty much suck from there.
So
Tobin
bad.
Bell's favorite, though. So
I guess he's got the most screen time. That's got to be it.
He got to flesh out his character.
Yeah, huge return on this movie.
that's shocking because at no point in my life have I ever looked at a rating of a film.
Well, yeah, until you go to the theater.
Well, yeah,
You're
I mean,
under 18.
Yeah,
You know?
when you're old enough to take yourself to a movie, you can watch whatever the fuck you want, right?
My parents took me to all kind of shit when I was a kid, though. So even then, it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, yeah, but like, let's say you're 16 years old. Who the fuck wants their parent to take them to a movie?
Me and my
Just
mother
drop
watched.
me.
Me and my mother watched Hostel when it first came out, in theaters.
Jeez.
That was
Yeah,
romantic.
I think I was probably 13.
What did she say when your little wiener got hard?
Well, I don't think that happened. At least in
Ryan,
my
hand me
story.
the Sour Patch Kids and take a
Bullshit,
breath.
that
At
didn't
least in
happen.
My version.
That was
of
some
that.
hot stuff going on.
Well,
I had my razor phone pointed at the screen taking snaps. I'm talking about, I
They
gotta
weren't
use this
called
later.
snaps then, Joey.
This is gonna be a memento mori right here.
Joey had that stainless steel razor, money bags.
Still stainless to
They
this
wouldn't.
day.
They didn't have the balls to tell me to put the phone down. Everybody in the theater was in awe that I could afford one.
Couldn't upload it till he got home, though.
Damn, is that a razor, bruh? Damn, you taking pictures of titties, ain't you?
Shit,
Hell
don't
yeah,
cut
but-
yourself.
You better watch your face, boy.
Damn, that shit is in fucking 240p, baby.
If that shit. That shit might have been in 5p.
I'm a gonna coom.
All right, fellas. Are we done with the behind the scenes?
We're done. I'm done. I'm bowing out.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, let's hop into this beast.
Can I help you? Look, weirdo, I'm not scared. Why don't you go try this with one of the heifers at Delta Gamma? They're into cosplay.
We open up with Tree waking up in a dorm room after one hell of a night and looking across the room at Sweet Carter, who folded her pants the night before like a good boy. Tree is played by Jessica Roth, who you may know from Utopia and La La Land, and Carter is played by Israel Broussard, who you may know from Happy Death Day 2 and Fear the Walking Dead.
That is the best you've ever pronounced somebody's name on this entire fucking show.
How about that? Nailed it.
Hey, Google down.
Broussard.
I've
It's
been-
like French or something.
I've been
Broussard.
He nailed it.
I've been rehearsing, boys.
There's some kind of sports personality with that name, right? Chris Broussard. That's where he's heard it before.
So the best part about this opening here is the actual opening. The Universal
that
Studios
rewinds.
logo popping
Yeah,
up.
that is cool.
Dude, I thought that shit was slick.
4.8 million, man. That had to cost them $1 million right there just to rewind the whole universe twice.
It lets you. It kind of like sets it. That little bit of weirdness sets the tone for the movie, in my opinion. Like it lets you know you're in for like a goofy little time.
Yeah, I appreciate it, especially coming off some of the darkness that we've been in.
What kind of a simp move is folding up somebody's pants for him?
Did he take the pants off? That was my recurring question throughout this.
No, she took them off. Well, I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, at this
It's never
point,
really
we're
mentioned.
assuming she took a walk because she's coming off like a little slut.
Ah, spicy.
That's a bit transgressive there, but Jessica
How do you even
Roth.
fold pants?
Jessica Roth. She was in La La Land. I had question marks to that because
I
I
don't
have
know.
no recollection of that. But she is in a movie that came out at film festivals earlier this year, supposedly coming out in 2024. Or I'm sorry, earlier in 2023, called Boy Kills World. You guys heard about this?
Haven't heard of Boys Kills World.
This
Boy
is
Meets World too?
this is the Bill. You've seen pictures of Bill Skarsgård like fucking jacked now. He's like a deaf mute, and he's jacked, and he gets revenge on some people. So it looks cool.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
But she's like the second lead in that, so her and Pennywise will be popping up on your screens again sometime soon.
That dude's killing it, man.
I love Bill.
I think we
love
talked
both
about it
of
already, but like he's gonna be Count Olaf. I think that's the motherfucker from God. I think
That
that's
is
the dude
Frozen.
from fucking Freeze.
That's the
Frozen.
snowman.
Freeze. That's the
It's
dude
Count
from Freeze.
something, man.
That's that
And-
Freeze boy.
It's not like Count Olaf,
Jack
the main guy,
Frost
the main
boy.
fucking vampire from Nosferatu. All right, God, motherfucker.
Nosferatu.
Just to back up here, Utopia. I'm not sure if you guys watched that. I think it only had one season.
Oh, that was a
But
show.
it
I
hit.
didn't know what that was.
It hit right before COVID, and it's all about the government making a vaccine to basically kill you. No, it wasn't to kill you. It was to make you sterile.
Sterile.
Yeah.
So that explains some of the theories that came out of it, eh?
That thing did not get us season 2, and I wonder why.
Sounds like we're living in a utopia because that's what that measles vaccine is.
Yeah, man. Can't even.
Tune in to Joe Rogan episode 367.
Tree realizes she just had a one-night stand and tells Carter to keep his mouth shut. Tree then walks across the school's courtyard and runs into a thirst trap named Tim. Tim apparently took Tree on one date to Subway, and, well, it wasn't a foot long.
I'll fucking do it.
She improvs this line, according to the director.
This girl has some
It's
charisma,
such a good
man.
fucking line,
She has
too,
charisma.
man.
I did not have a lot of expectations from this lady, but I thought she did a pretty good job.
Some of the acting does fall a little short sometimes.
For her, dude, she carries this movie, in my opinion. She's actually, like, from beginning to end, she's fucking nailing it, in my opinion. But, can we really put into perspective at this point how big of a, like, bitch she is?
She's a fucking asshole. It's hard to root for her at the beginning.
She is mean as fuck.
Yeah, and I know this is kind of based on Groundhog Day, and that movie, like, notoriously, Bill Murray fucking sucks. And I always think about, like, Quentin Tarantino's biggest gripe with Bill Murray and all those movies he did was he starts as an asshole. He goes to this movie, changes his ways, but at the end, he's always still a fucking asshole. I kind of feel the same way.
I think it's Bill Murray in general.
People don't like Bill Murray. He's a very polarizing dude. Tree makes her way back to her sorority house and has a fun chat with her friend Lori, who lets her know the night before she started 2 bar fights, she danced on a table and tongued a random dude. Lori is played by Ruby Modine, who was in Shameless and God Friended Me, which only got 1 season.
She's also the daughter of Mr. Matthew Modine.
Matthew Modine, baby.
You may know
Full Metal
from
Jacket, Oppenheimer. This dude's a tour de force.
Stranger Things, baby. This is Papa.
That's his daughter?
Papa. Yeah, you can tell. I knew when I saw her face, she looked like a male actor, and it took me until the end of the movie to look up who she was, and I saw the last name.
I got another little sneaky tidbit. She's the goddaughter of somebody that's pretty famous. Don't know if you ever heard of him, David Alan Grier.
Oh, I love David Alan Grier.
Oh shit! Been a minute.
This is goddaughter.
Been a minute.
He is also in, get it boys, The Color Purple.
Also, we need to shout out the They Live poster at the very beginning. Thought that was cool.
Lori surprises Tree with 1 single cupcake that holds 1 single candle for her birthday, which, of course, she did not forget.
Were you going to talk about Danielle at all?
I will eventually.
That bitch.
Can I go ahead and just bring up Danielle?
Go ahead and go for it.
No, I'm going to tell you what, Danielle, that's my girl. She's played by Rachel Matthews, right? Now, this is Michael Landon's granddaughter, so it's going to be the director's niece. How has this girl not been in more shit?
She's fucking hilarious in this movie.
She plays the role of like kind of the queen bee of the sorority, right? Even bigger bitch than Tree. Has some of the most quotable lines of any like comedy horror I've ever seen. She's fucking great.
I actually wrote down. I never write down people's dialogue verbatim, but I actually have some of her lines written down to refer back to.
Dude, I got 3 or 4 right here. Can I throw one out? I want to take the first one. You can take
All
the
right,
next
go
one.
ahead.
All right, so we're setting the scene right here. Tree's coming in after this one night stand, and she gets stopped by her girl. Danielle. Who was it? Nobody. I hope nobody used a condom. We don't want somebody looking like a whore. But the way she fucking says it is so good, man.
Fucking spot on. I love that chick, man. She was great.
It doesn't hurt that she's fucking smoking hot.
She's a very attractive lady. She's Michael Landon's niece. Later, sorority leader Danielle clowns Tree because she even knows who Carter is when they run into him with a food tray.
Fucking damn.
Here it is during this scene with this fucking dialogue I had to write down.
Back to Danielle again.
Yeah, they're talking about, all right, so what charity are we going to do this year? And Danielle says, there's no way we're doing the special needs arts fair again. Totally freaked my shit out.
But her delivery is so fucking serious and like so adamant.
So
in
horrible,
in
man.
what she's saying. It's great.
Totally freaked my shit out. It's great.
Y'all are going to hell.
She was hilarious.
Fuck. Hey, Danielle's going with us, and I'll go. I'll follow this girl anywhere, bro.
Tree makes her way to the campus hospital, where she once again runs into the buzzkill that is Lori, before making her way to a locked room with Dr. Gregory Butler.
So Lori's a nurse. She works at the hospital and is here working a double, as a lot of nurses do. Nurses are some of the most underappreciated people in society. Shout out to all the nurses.
Yeah, nurses and teachers, we appreciate you. You're way better than any of us will ever be collectively. I did like when she did the whole kick the chair to the door without looking. That was pretty fucking cool.
Dude, it kind of shows she's a professional whore.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This chick really fucking
She is
sucks.
well trained in the ways
She's down the clown.
of whoredom.
Later that night, Tree is making her way alone to a party across campus when she comes across a music box in the middle of a tunnel. A killer in a babyface mask walks behind her, and then she says heifers from the other sorority love that cosplay shit, not her.
This Mean Girls energy is just fucking 100 in this movie, man.
To call a woman a heifer is damn.
But another woman can do it. If a man does it, you're a piece of shit.
That's true.
What's the male equivalent of a heifer? Like what?
That's
What
a
could I
female
say to
cow,
somebody?
right? A bull, I guess.
It is a cow.
A bull.
No, I'm just saying like in terms of like an insult.
A comparable insult.
We have to come back to that one. The babyface killer chases her down and runs a knife into her chest. Tree instantly wakes up in the same dorm room as the previous day. I'm going to read that line a lot.
He's folding her pants. Every time.
She runs like a fucking track star in them hills in this scene.
Yeah, it's very
She
impressive.
does.
Like she is rolling.
Carter says the same lines, and Tree tells him where the Tylenol is located in his room. She walks across the same courtyard, runs into Tim once again in the same spot, but this time asking for the date. No subway slander this time. She once again runs into Danielle, who tells her all about the true meaning of deja vu. What's that mean, Joy?
I'm totally having deja vu right now. Oh, I have it all the time. It's supposed to mean like somebody's thinking about you while they're masturbating. I have it at least 5 times a day. This girl, dude.
She's deadpan, man. She's never laughing. She's fucking dead serious about all this stuff.
I had to rewind that one. That was actually pretty good.
So at this point, Tree's not really freaking out. She's just kind of like, oh, I just, it's a little bit of deja vu. I've lived this before. You guys, you've had deja vu before, right?
Not this bad, but yeah.
But yeah, at this point, you can kind of explain it away.
Lori presents the same raggedy cupcake again, and Tree runs into Carter again, but this time asks for her bracelet back. Tree goes to see the good doctor again, but has a moral compass this time, and warns him about his wife, who is about to knock on the door.
Can I say another Danielle line right quick? I'm so sorry. I hate to interrupt.
Do
Did
it.
I miss? You
But
go ahead.
the way she delivers lines in this, okay, this is going to be the second time that she runs into Loverboy and it gets the bracelet. There's this character named Becky, and she, every morning for whatever reason, she's got a big ass plate of food and she plops down at the table. And she's given an excuse to why she has, this big ass plate. She says, I miss breakfast. Danielle says, we all miss breakfast, Becky. Motherfuckers
We're
don't
Kappas.
eat fucking shit. Oh. This girl needs her own
And
movie.
the chocolate milk, every fucking time she has to point out, is that chocolate milk?
These people hate everybody in the fucking sorority is lactose intolerant.
Later that night, Tree walks across campus to the party once again, but this time she actually makes it. And it is in fact a surprise birthday party, which I thought she knew about. Tree follows a dude named Nick upstairs at the party for some birthday sex. Cue up your 50 Cent. Only he is not in the room. Babyface shows up again, but this time it's Nick, welcoming her to the Pleasure Dome, baby.
Fuck Palace.
Oh,
So this is like another instance of like her being just a shit person. Because Danielle likes this guy and she's just going to go fuck him.
And she don't know why Danielle's so mad.
I just want to fuck him.
Dude, there's another Danielle quote here. I think I went a little bit more in depth than you did, Chris.
I think you may have. I loved
I
it
think
though.
the joke's run its course now, but this will be the last one for now, right? She's asking Tree what time she's going to go to the party, right? And she's like, she's kind of dumbstruck because she's, trying to figure out what the hell is going on with her situation. Why am I reliving this? Blah blah blah. Anyway, she has to ask her a second time. She goes, "What time are you going to the party?"
Okay, yeah.
She does it with fucking sign language, like
does
it's goddamn Anne Frank.
The deaf version of it. I think my subtitle said imitating deaf person, and it was her dog.
Oh my god.
I was like,
Wow.
oh god, this is
That's
fucked
pretty
up.
bad.
But there are people like this, man. That's what's so funny about it. It's because really fucking people who think and feel this way.
The real babyface killer shows up and kills both Nick and Tree. Tree wakes up, you guessed it, in the dorm room with Carter. She walks across the courtyard and runs into Tim, but does not run into Danielle, however, this time. It's never said why. Tree tells Lori that someone is going to kill her and that she has already lived through this day twice. She tells her all about the bullshit cupcake and surprise party. Tree decides to not go to the party, but instead boards up her room, eats the cupcake, I believe, and finds a babyface birthday card for her on her nightstand. Somehow, the killer was in the bathroom the whole fucking time and sends a knife through her chest once more.
Yeah, there's so many iterations of this. You kind of get lost in like the rules and how all this works. I hadn't thought back on that moment yet, since I know how it ends now. I
I'm
think there
pretty
might
sure
be a
she-
reason for it.
I'm pretty sure she ate that cupcake.
I don't recall that bit, honestly, because you're not looking for it at this point.
Yeah. She actually eats the cupcake in this scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that she boarded up her room, Danielle couldn't come in, so she's been in here for a while. She's brushed her teeth, at least. She's at least taken a piss, a dump, taken a shower. She's been in the bathroom is what I'm saying, fellas. Where the hell was this person at?
See, the thing about this movie is you pull the logic card, and the logic card is the day keeps repeating, Hootie. None of it makes any fucking sense, man.
All right.
Probably hiding up in the attic with Chris's fucking birds.
How about that?
I think they're asleep right now. I honestly don't hear them at the moment.
Tree wakes up again in the dorm room, walks around the campus in a panic, but this time Carter actually helps her. Tree tells Carter about how she is reliving the same day, her birthday, and this dude believes her, question mark? They
This
begin-
dude is
to,
Captain
man.
Simp.
He wants to.
This
He
is the type
really
of
wants
motherfucker that
to.
knows how to. First of all, he's the type of motherfucker that knows how to fold pants.
You don't have full pants?
I
Joy?
have no fucking clue how to fold pants. He knows how to fold a woman's pants.
I fold pants about every damn day.
No, that's what the arm of the couch is for.
How about that?
Just flatten them
Just
out.
fucking sling them.
You lay on them while you watch your TV. That's how you iron them out.
Look, the guy who makes Lee jeans has come out and said you should never wash your jeans.
That's true.
He caught a lot of flack for that.
I don't wash mine.
The guy who actually fucking makes them tells me I don't wash
What
them.
if you get shit on
Tells
them?
me I ain't gotta do something. Guess what? I ain't doing this shit.
Who's shitting in your pants?
No, like you get like
ain't know.
ketchup or some shit on your pants.
Well, then you
Ketchup.
Well, then you gotta wash them.
Fuck no barbecue sauce, man. Pick your damn poison.
I put a napkin on my neck like a handkerchief.
What if you drop your cheesy gordita
That's
crunch
what the look.
onto
That
your
here,
lap
first of all, that's what the
and
beard's
grease
for.
stain your
The
pants?
beard is for catching all the ketchup.
You had to say
Then you
cheesy
take it,
gordita
you suck it out.
crunch,
Joey was talking about one the other day in person. So.
The cheesy Dorito gordita crunch.
Oh, the Dorito version? I know there's a Dorito.
No, they'll take it. If you ask them, you gotta ask nice.
Special.
That ass
You
nice.
say, ma'am,
I gotta hear this.
I'll
I'll
pay-
pay, ma'am. I'll pay whatever. I'll pay you whatever percentage of cash you need for this to happen under the table.
$20.
Just take that Dorito shell and stick it in there for me.
And then
Joey's
take it
like,
out
how
and
much?
stick it in.
They do. They pull that fucking trick they've been pulling. Do you want to round up to $1 for
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
kids of the
You
Salvation
know the
Army?
way to get around
Oh,
that?
you know what? I'll do that. Slide that Dorito.
I got a hint for you. You want to get around that shit? Because I always say yes because I feel like an asshole. Use
always
the
say no.
app. Use the app, and they don't ask you. You pay ahead
I'm
of
not
time.
going to let somebody who works. Nothing wrong working at a drive-thru. Nothing wrong with it at all.
It's got to
I'm not going to let somebody who works at a fucking drive-thru bully me into paying 40 more cents on some shit that's already overpriced.
But I can give you 40 cents, you know. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, here, take this 40 cents. It don't go to nobody. It goes to the Taco Bell dog.
Joey's like, I will give you whatever
It all
money,
goes to that little Chihuahua's fucking mansion.
whatever money you need for the Ronald McDonald House. You just throw me a Dorito in the middle of that.
Now, if I went to Chick-fil-A and they asked that shit, I'd fucking do it. 'Cause Chick-fil-A is...
They're so nice, man. So polite.
They begin to put together a list of possible motives, and Carter tells her that they actually did not knock boots the night before.
Simp.
He's been not getting laid on repeat for an hour now.
Good stuff.
He's
and
been folding
pants.
these pants
And
every
folding
single
pants.
time. I bet you, I'm gonna tell you what, this sick little bastard, you know he was sniffing them britches.
Oh yeah, he took the pants off. I'm convinced of it. He sniffed her panties at one point.
Y'all got a whole backstory about this dorm room. Tree accepts the situation and begins to try to solve who her murderer actually is. We begin a montage of her tracking people and dying over and over again as she crosses people off of her motive list. During this montage, Tree decides to say what the hell and walk through the same courtyard totally nude.
Loving it, man. They was having
You know, I
fun
was
at this
expecting that
part.
song to come on. I got the eye of the tiger. This is all about like female empowerment and shit, right? She's coming to terms with everything, and she's showing, hey, look at these tits, everybody.
I thought Walking on Sunshine would have been a nice touch, but
If 50 costs too much, that costs way too much.
that might be in the public domain.
It was actually a cool montage. I liked it.
I had a backstory or a side note on this nude scene in the courtyard because they are actually shooting on a real college campus, probably in one of the fall summer breaks or whatever.
She went full bare-breasted.
Given that the film was taking place on an active college campus, this presented the risk of students witnessing the scene being filmed and are taking photos. The crew took extreme precautions to clear away any potential onlookers. In the end, they managed to do just 2 or 3 takes, which seems to me like a lot.
I wonder if they do it to like save the innocence of the students of Loyola University of New Orleans.
Don't want to sully their good name. The Babies, whatever their mascot
Knowing
is.
it's wild as fuck down there, and they be having like ping pong matches with girls shooting ping pongs out of their vaginas at each other.
They have Little Wayne house parties and the whole 9.
Fuck with it.
She about to take this fucking purple drink up her fucking asshole. Look at this funnel.
Joey goes to wild parties. God almighty.
A lot of things and a lot of assholes at Joy's parties.
Hit him with the perp.
But during this whole montage where she's eliminating suspects, the one thing I didn't get, which I still laugh because it was cool, was the Danielle suspect removal. How did she get off the list?
Y'all are all about this.
The
Danielle
fact that
girl.
at this point, she's kind of established in her brain if she kills her killer, that she will not wake up in the same
That
situation.
she'll break
she
the
has
circle?
been.
Okay.
Yeah, and she woke up. I wondered the same thing because it was like I don't know how it really.
How did it eliminate her?
That whole plot
I
line
guess?
didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because the reason she kills her is she finds the card, the one that has the baby's face and says you're gonna pretty much die.
Right.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like
Kinda
one of
weird.
those weird one-off things, which I get. They were like, all right, this is the montage of all the funny shit that could happen, so let's get it all out of the way, and then we could kind of get into what the story's really about.
I guess you can explain it away saying that she was collecting mail for the house or something like that, you know?
Yeah, she might have been going to drop out.
As like the den mother or whatever the fuck you call her.
I don't see her as a den mother, but possibly.
The main ditch.
She could be folding pants like old Carter.
Folding pants. It's a fucking class.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Tree wakes up again in the dorm room, but this time she collapses on the floor and wakes up in the hospital. Dr. Gregory, the old love boy, shows her x-rays of her various knife wounds, telling her she should be dead. Tree makes a run for it, only to find the baby-faced killer who takes out the good doctor and, of course, kills her and an innocent police officer as well.
So at this point, they're trying to retroactively add repercussions for her failing to find the killer.
Her previous deaths, right?
At this point in time, it's just been like a one-up every time she's died, right? So I guess this kind of puts a counter on the amount of lives she has left.
But it never comes into play in future lives, right?
It doesn't. They literally it goes nowhere.
It seems like she's in pain during this one, but she's not in pain going forward.
But she's not in the other ones. I feel like this is just like a trying to explain away a fucking a bare plot point.
Yeah, it's a loose thread there.
Tree wakes up in the dorm room once again and tells Carter about her Groundhog Day again. Only this time they go to a diner and Tree tells him how much of a shitty person she truly is. Over the diner's television, Tree learns about a killer that is being held at the local hospital. She goes to the hospital and is confronted by the baby-faced killer who finally shows his face, and it is, in fact, the convict.
All right, have we talked about how why she hates her birthday at this point?
We hadn't mentioned it yet, but it's in the movie at this point.
Right here at this point, we learn that her disdain for her birthday comes from the fact that her mother shares the same birthday, and she passed away like 3 years ago, and they don't really explain how or why she passed away. I thought it would have been such a bold fucking move to have this serial killer guy have killed her mom.
Oh, that would have been good.
I thought that's what
That would have
happened.
been so. No, it didn't.
You didn't see the pictures of the women, his possible victims?
No. She wasn't one of them.
I thought she was.
They never explain it.
I honestly thought
I'm
that
sitting
was
there,
the
man.
connection.
I'm hoping they go that route because that would have been so fucking cool to add that kind of, tension. You're like confronting your mother's killer for the first time. But they didn't.
Oh, I thought that's kind of what it was doing.
It's a dropped ball, man.
Didn't have the cojones, Joey.
Didn't have the fucking net.
I thought that was why he was after her specifically.
No, we kind of learn why later in the movie.
Yeah.
But at this point, I
explained.
can see why you would think that, but they don't mention it at all.
Yeah, this is true. I guess I kind of just filled that gap in my own brain to kind of justify what was
See,
happening.
you have that mindset that would have been a good idea too.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this is an easy loop to.
This is an easy connect the dots type thread.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did like to this point was I know we kind of talked about like she's such an asshole of a person, and I thought like okay we're gonna get to a point in the movie where she's gonna explain why she's such like so tough and such a bitch, and it doesn't really do that. Like she's like I just really fucking suck. This thing happened to my mom, but I just treat people like shit for no good reason. Honestly.
This is the point at which she kind of turns the corner.
Right, but still, it doesn't really explain why she's been so shitty to people for. It seems like for a long time.
Well, yeah, she kind of goes into it, explaining how close she was to her mom, and how her and her dad really haven't come to grips with what happened, or really acknowledged it, like outright just talked about it.
This is also one of those situations to where it's not feasible to where you can be this much of an asshole and just telling this story is going to be like, oh, okay, you're actually a good person.
Now I know why I'm an asshole, so I will stop being an asshole today.
The thing is, I don't think she's trying to justify it. I think she's just trying to,
She's just
hey,
verbalizing it.
This is part of why I have so much anger, because you feel like so many things when somebody that's that close to you is taken away.
Yeah. I think that's what I like about this character, though. Is kind of what I'm saying. Is she's genuinely not a nice person. Like this is not Laurie Strode. She's kind of a fucking asshole.
She's a
It's just
real
who she
fucking
is.
person. She feels like a genuine.
She is
person,
a
in my
hot
opinion.
young woman at college. I mean,
The way she comes off in this movie though is like a sorority chick.
yeah.
You can kind of tell the person, the guy, or the person who is the screenwriter is a male.
Oh yeah.
Like you can tell it's a fucking dude.
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely like a
Just
lot
by
of
the way he
hyperbole.
talks, like the way they talk, could be all the women are sluts. They fucking just banging every fucking dude.
They say
you can tell.
biatch. Bye. It's very
Yeah.
it's very on the nose.
bye scene was got
Bye.
me.
It's
And
funny,
bye.
man. I don't know. I like the fact that she's not like I sound like I'm shitting on the movie because she sucks as a person, but I kind of find that endearing about this.
Oh, in my opinion, she's the best thing about the movie.
The convict kills Carter, and Tree hangs herself because she has fallen in love with the dope. And if she dies, or if the killer dies, Carter dies in her mind. Tree wakes up again, missing eyeliner this time. That's a key miss there. She is finally grateful to live this day and is friendly to everyone, even Tim, who she tells to go get himself a fine piece of man ass.
It's a man ass.
Yeah, did we talk about it turned out he was gay? Like during the
Plot elimination
montage.
sequence, yeah.
I just
Yeah.
felt bad for the guy. Like, it's all right, man.
Here's the thing: he was a good-looking guy, and like the other chick Danielle was like hurting for a squirting from Mr. Tim.
Tree confesses to Laurie that she has been a terrible roommate and then tells Dr. Gregory that the affair is finally over. Tree then asks Carter for a date later that night, and she finally goes to have dinner with her father. Her father, played by David The father's name is David, played by Jason Bale. I only bring this man up because
I don't know why.
he was in some actually quality films. He was in the Big Short, and he was also in a movie just come out this year, The Burial, with Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. So
I just wrote down the dad looks really creepy.
he does
Something
look
about
creepy
him
as well.
sitting at that
The
table
dad,
alone was creepy.
The dad looks like she did not come from his nutsack,
Agreed.
in my opinion.
She had all the mom genes.
Ain't no way.
Tree tells her dad that she was avoiding seeing him because of the loss of her mother and, of course, his wife. Later that night, Tree goes back to the hospital and is attacked again by the convict. but this time she is able to shoot him several times in the chest. Tree meets Carter at her sorority house and finally blows out her candle on the cupcake. Tree wakes up, you guessed it, in the dorm room again, but this time realizes that she died in her sleep due to poison in the cupcake.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. What a twist.
Confronting Lori with this claim, she makes Lori eat the cupcake. However, Lori refuses and attacks Tree instead. Lori has been killing Tree over and over. Well, I guess it wasn't Lori, it was the convict still.
No, it was Lori for a majority of the time.
Yeah, it was Lori. This was, again, what I was kind of confused about.
It's another plot
The serial
thread
killer.
that's fucked.
I think it makes sense now.
I don't know, the physicality of the fucking serial killer, or the physicality of the killers.
Again, this is a day on repeat, boys.
It's nitpicky, sure,
Physics.
but God
Have
almighty.
you seen the physics in this fight scene here?
She's picking this bitch up and throwing her around like a fucking rag doll.
She got superpowers.
She's tall. All right, to her credit, she's tall as fuck, though.
She lanky, man.
She's like 5'10".
She's got that
she's
Modine
long.
strength.
5'10".
She got some of that 11 power.
Lori has been killing Tree over and over because of her affair with Dr. Gregory. She wanted a piece of that ass. And the fact that, quote, she is a dumb little whore.
You dumb little whore. I love
How
her
about
delivery, too. I like everything that happens in this room is fucking great.
And this ties back in with her being a nurse. Apparently, she has been like freeing the serial killer who's locked up in the hospital when she pays him a visit in exchange for him killing Tree.
See, I don't think he's killing Tree. She's just setting him up to. This thing could go either way, I guess. She's setting him free so that he's out there as a patsy for her to get away with doing it herself.
Well, no, she's actually giving him like a costume and everything to like actively do it.
So he's the dog on the hunt.
Like that's her backup plan for when the cupcake shit doesn't work. But anytime it's like on campus or around campus, it's Lori.
So it is both of
Not-
them,
yeah, it's Lori.
technically.
Yeah, it's both of them.
Okay. Well, that ties up nicely. You said it was loose.
No, it's the loose that Lori could be the killer at all.
Yeah, that one doesn't connect.
She's beating the shit up at a grown man, Chris.
But that doesn't mean it's. How do you know it's her and not the serial killer in that aspect?
Because they're not at the hospital at that point.
Earlier in the day, you mean?
Only at the hospital is when she's facing the actual serial killer.
Well, he gets freed every night, though.
I think she only does it when she doesn't eat the cupcake.
That's
That
every
would
day.
be like every night except for a couple of times.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I think it's like 50-50.
Tree shoves the cupcake in Lori's mouth and kicks her out of the window. The killer is finally dead. The killer
Fucking
being
awesome.
Lori.
Fucking John Woo style,
That
dude.
was awesome.
That was crazy.
Tree wakes up in Carter's dorm room again, only it's the next day. They kiss, they love, they bump. The end.
I like how he hit her with the same
He played
dialogue.
it off like it was still the same day.
Like
Yeah.
he'd been watching the same movie on repeat.
Carter.
He literally
gets
said
it,
it
bro.
once. This guy said it one time before, but he remembered his dialogue from that
fucking
morning.
me. Yeah, that was
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's cute. I
Yeah,
like
I like that.
cute.
You asshole. He's like, I ate yours, didn't I?
Before we move on, I got a few things I want to talk
Still
about.
folding pants.
All right. The person who got fucked the most in this movie is going to be Ryan, right? The Asian guy.
Oh, the vagine guy?
Didn't even talk about
He
it.
didn't get a chance to sleep in his bed or his room the entire fucking movie.
What's
He
the
had to
same
sleep
thing?
in his car every single night.
For him, it was just one night, though.
Yeah, but still.
Not for us,
When's
man.
the last time you slept in your car, Hootie?
I don't think ever.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever done that either.
Smells like feet and hot pockets. And also, imagine having because during these whole wake up scenes, Carter's sleeping in Ryan's bed, right? Imagine having to sleep in another dude's bed in your late teens in college.
Oh, God. You know how
all that
crusty it would be.
fucking, all that jizz and that ass grease, man.
You'd be like rolling around in some Rice Krispies. It's just fucking snapping, crackling, and popping.
Feeling all that sperm just looking for an egg just on your body moving around.
Just filling toenails and fingernails
Yeah.
and shit. There it is, Chris.
I also got one last Danielle quote right here. Unless Chris wants to take it.
Nah, she's a great sign out. Let's hear what Daniel had to say.
Oh, to the reporters, yeah.
I just knew there was something wrong with Lori. She never wore makeup, never posted any cute selfies, and she literally owned a pair of Crocs. All the signs of a psycho killer were there. She hits him with a banger every time. It's like literally home runs every time she swings the fucking
She's
bat.
fucking great. And she says she should know the Kappas never eat cupcakes. That was like her signing off point.
That was the sign off, man.
Kappa would never eat a cupcake.
Dude, the fucking the director? Her uncle threw her a bone with this
Chris
casting.
Landon.
Knowing all the good lines were hers.
Yeah, she was fucking awesome.
Like, I don't think she had a wasted line in the entire movie.
All right, fellas. What piece of memorabilia from Happy Death Day would you want in your house?
Give me that baby mask. I feel like the mask is it's the poster for this movie in my mind. So give me that bad boy. I can look like a fucking Cabbage Patch Kid year round, motherfucker.
You took the mask. Okay.
Mask. I mean, how many iconic masks have we seen in the last 10 years?
The poster was also just a birthday cake with a knife.
I mean, I figured. But in my mind, when I think about it, I think about that mask. We don't see good masks anymore. Nothing's fresh. So give me a fresh mask.
The Strangers had that Tater sack.
Brother, that was 15 years ago.
Damn, I am old. All right.
You're
What's
old.
up, Joey?
Hold on. This is 2024. That was 16
They're
years
they're
ago.
remaking that movie too, so that's gonna have some relevance here pretty soon. Does a pair of Danielle's panties count?
Oh.
Oh,
What a pair of
Ayo.
pants.
little Andrew Dice Clay for you. There's, let me get the poisoned cupcake, man. I got some enemies, and no one, aside from the Kappa Pi Lambdas, can say no to a cupcake.
Saying I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
I got an enemy, a lot of enemies. Got a fucking friend of me.
I can't lie, fellas. I am a former fat guy who loves sugary shit. That cupcake looked delicious, and it was on my list to pick.
She said it was handmade too. You know it's good.
You know it's good. The damn cream cheese frosting. I was going to take it until I realized it was poison. Then I had to take it off my list. Give me Carter's badass Back to the Future poster, which I guess it wasn't Carter's. It was Ryan's poster because she was in his bed. No, it was Carter's.
She was in
fucking-
Carter's bed.
Okay, so it is Carter's. Jesus Christ. He has a badass Back to the Future poster right over his bed.
It's just slapping its references right on the wall there. So that's cool. They even mentioned Groundhog Day at the diner at the end of the movie.
Did you guys catch the 16 Candles reference right there at the end?
I don't think so.
Where they got the cupcake between them?
Oh, they do lean in for the kiss.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I've ever seen
Johnny
16
Holmes. I always say John Holmes. It's John Hughes.
Jesus.
Not
Johnny
Johnny White.
Holmes.
He's
Not
got
to
that
be
what you
confused
call-
with Johnny
He
White.
got what you call the damn throat stretcher.
Jesus.
Ah, what a sad story that is. All right, fellas. Let's wrap this thing up. What did you think about Happy Death Day?
Going into 2017's Happy Death Day, I had absolutely no expectations. Even less so after watching the trailer, but boy oh boy was I in for a shock. This was actually a fairly decent movie. So right off the bat, the movie looks good. Christopher Landon has an eye for the director's chair for sure. It's shot well. Also, the way he and writer Scott Lobdell create a character that one moment you want to see murdered in the most brutal way, and the next you're outright rooting for and invested in. That's pretty impressive and shouldn't be overlooked. But that very same writer is also responsible for the story, which does feel a bit cliched, as does its characters. You have this unique premise, this Groundhog Day meets slasher horror, and it just falls flat for me. There's just so much potential for what could have been. It falls into like a predictable rut that both time loop movies and slashers tend to trend towards. And while I get the desire for a PG-13 type of movie for the increased box office potential, it's hard not to have a strong desire to see what this movie could have been if they went for the R rating that Lobdell's original script would have landed them. Maybe the movie would have been more horror-centric dark comedy with legitimate scares as opposed to a horror comedy light with an over-reliance on jump scares that are meh at best and eye-roll inducing at worst. It's not all doom and gloom, however, as the best part of Happy Death Day is Jessica Roth as Tree. That girl is packing heat, and I ain't talking about a dick here, boys. She's awesome in this movie, man. She really is. The growth of the character, her delivery, her performance as a snarky bitchy cunt is spot on, and her gradual transition to badass final girl is undeniably fun to watch. You can just tell she fully embraced the character and gave her all in this role. For all the flaws of the movie itself, Jessica elevates the movie from mediocre and forgettable to a worthwhile watch. The best way to sum up Happy Death Day is this. My friend, this is like that Scream shit. Man, I know what you did last summer, and they had a baby. And then meanwhile, that crazy Groundhog Day movie I saw, and 51st Days met and had a baby. And by some miracle, those two babies met and fucked. This would be the shit that they birthed. Happy Death Day grades out with a C.
Wow.
Shout out James Franco.
That's a lot of imagery.
This movie, for me, had a banging ass trailer. You could find me in a club, bottle full of bub. The 50-cent earworm serves as a nice sampler for the movie itself. It's quick, it's bumping, it's fun, it's sexy. The premise is just right there, easy to dissect, but curvy enough to fight stagnation. The acting, the bits, the effects, it all kind of just serves the entertainment factor. I thought this was fucking great. It fucking slaps. I'm in the bag for this one, and I'm ready for the sequel. I'm going to give a B+ to Mr. Chris Landon for this movie.
Fuck me, a B+?
That shit was
Wow.
awesome, dude. I think I just needed,
That's
one of
edging on
these.
A territory.
I needed one of these. Good timing.
Let's say it showed a sliver of her butt crack during the nude scene.
I did see her butt crack in the nude scene. You didn't?
It did do that.
I gotta rewatch this movie.
All right, we went up to a C+ for Joy.
I bet
Yeah.
push this in the B territory.
B
Here.
Oh.
You get to see like maybe 3 millimeters of butt crack.
Oh, I just got the goosebumps. You said that.
Happy Death Day was, in all honesty, for me, a forgettable film. The acting across the board was pretty horrendous, and I now see why most of these actors do not have many credits. The film was well made from a production standpoint, but due to its what I thought was a big budget, however, it did not help make this a good horror film, in my opinion. I give this film a C, and hope that we do not have to cover the sequel for quite some time.
Oh, baby, it's coming as soon as I can get it. That wraps it up. Let's look back at these audience fan score guesses from Rotten Tomatoes. For those new to the game, we try to guess that score. If we're within 5, we get to choose what's up next. Otherwise, we get to spin a wheel. Start with the low man, Mr. Joseph. Disgusting pervert he is, said 69. Ryan Hootie with a 75. I dropped
me
an
flicking my
80. The actual audience score on this bad boy was a 67.
Joe would just be hitting jumpers.
Put in that
Hey,
nasty.
everybody knows
nasty
when I'm
boy
on
in
when
the
I'm on
driver's
the
seat.
block, they in full fucking banger.
He don't wash his jeans, so get out the paint. He's gonna smell like an asshole.
Hey,
He
hey,
damn
I don't
sure
wash
can't
them
fold 'em.
jeans. I don't wash them, but I hit them with the fucking
Don't
Febreze on the
wash
daily.
them.
Y'all
Don't
hired
fold
me.
them. But I Febreze them motherfuckers.
I got the Gain Original Febreze if you hired me.
Joe was that dude back in high school who just sprayed his clothes down with Axe and thought he smelled good.
The
Oh,
axe
here's
shower
no, I was the
guy.
type I would spray a cloud of Axe and I just fucking run through it.
That's how you get an axe to the forehead.
Yeah, that's how you get the perfect amount without oversaturating your body with this disgusting ass chemical shit. Let's keep this PG-13 train chugging along. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Toot, toot.
Going with one of the most suspenseful creature features of the 2000s. Haven't done a creature feature in a while, so let's get on that. That's right, we're talking John Krasinski's directorial debut. 2018's A Quiet Place.
Oh,
All right, folks, we're going to hop on a trailer for 2018's A Quiet Place. If you go to the Horrible Film School YouTube, you can watch along, catch your commentary there. Otherwise, we'll see you in a few. All right, boys, there's the trailer. We've got to take some RT audience score guesses. Since this is Joy's choice, he will abstain from guessing.
this was a beloved film from what I remember from the audience at this time. People were impressed by his directorial debut. I'm going to go with a solid, even 80.
Yeah, I think people really dug this shit. I'm going to go 84. All right, folks, thank you for listening. Check out our website, horriblefilmschool.com. You can find links to all the podcast platforms, our Instagram, the merch store. Check it out. Buy something, leave some comments, some feedback, say what's up. Give us a follow wherever you can. Leave a review wherever you can. They go a long way. Be sure to send us some sweet, sweet, sweet cupcakes. I'm going to say goodbye. Offer my support to women looped into waking up beside the same nerdy ass man every single day. Look into his eyes and find the love you had all along.
Oh, that was so sweet. As always, if you're hearing our voices, tell at least one person you know, spread the love, spread the campaign, and let's all sit back, enjoy that cupcake, and learn sign language. And I'm out.
Thanks for all the likes, the subs, the listens, the follows, the downloads. We really appreciate you guys and gals' support, as well as your time and attention. Be sure to join us in the next one when they try to keep me quiet in a quiet place. 2018. Class dismissed.